the brains of these people.
It's a very complicated chemical soup.
Happiness soup.
In some sense. The images will start in...
Dr. Richard Davidson has made a life's work out of studying happy brains. His lab at the University of Wisconsin is devoted to understanding how much of our joy level is set at birth.
Like a trip to the beauty parlor.
And how much we can control.
Have a beautiful signal.
Good.
Your head is made for this, I guess.
Right, great. Glad to know it's made for something.
Okay.
With an attractive skull cap containing 128 sensors, Davidson's team can watch my brain respond to a series of photographs. Some pleasant, some distressing. By studying the activity in my left prefrontal cortex, Dr. Davidson discovers, much to my surprise,
That was great.
I have a happy brain.
Is that so? More positive than not?
Yes, more positive than not. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have episodes of negative emotion, but those negative emotions don't linger.
He explained that I have my parents to thank, not only for happy genes, but also a loving childhood. Studies have shown that angry or critical parents can actually alter a child's happiness level until it's set about age 16. But can adults adjust their own feelings of happiness? University of California psychology professor Dr. Sonja Lyubomirsky says yes. And on the cover of her new book, The How of Happiness, she slices your overall joy like a pie. The big slice, half the pie, is set by your genes, while this sliver, just 10%, comes from life circumstances, where you live, how much money you make, even how you look. If it seems like these factors should make up much more of the pie, meet Caroline Johnson. 4 years ago, she volunteered for the ABC show Extreme Makeover.
Her broken nose is straightened, her upper lip lowered, reshaped.
You get all this amazing plastic surgery. Did it make you happier?
I think about a year, it made a difference. People are seeing you for the first time and they compliment you all the time. And then once all that wears off, it's just normal life again.
Like Caroline, most people eventually return to their happiness set point after big changes in life. Researchers have even noticed this in lottery winners and newlyweds, which is why Dr. Lyubomirsky says life circumstances only account for 10% of total happiness. And that leaves a big piece of pie, one she says you can control.
That 40% is left for the intentional activities that we can choose to engage in, the things that we do and think every day of our lives. By those things, we can increase or decrease our happiness.
Caroline makes an ideal test case for this 40% theory because she has an identical twin named Kat. Kat and Caroline share the same genes, the same upbringing, they live in the same area, and like her sister, Kat also had an extreme makeover. But when Dr. Lyubomirsky gave them both questionnaires designed to measure their levels of happiness, Caroline rated above average,
5.5, you got that, out of 7.
While Kat scored very low, borderline miserable.
That's a 3 1/4.
It was striking how different you two are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty stunning gap. Wow. You're much happier than you are.
Thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
Does that surprise you?
I had already assumed that she's happier than I am.
Caroline, the happy twin, is a married mother of 3 boys and a self-employed dog groomer.
Abby.
Her business has hit a rough patch lately.
Good girl.
How's your business doing?
You know what? It's good. It's slow. So cute.
Are you optimistic?
I'm very optimistic. I have goals. I know where I want to be by next summer. I have definite goals that I expect to meet.
Kat, the unhappy twin, is a single mother, supporting her 7-year-old as a hairstylist. And she has a completely different outlook on the future.
I don't feel like I'm progressing as much as I want to in my job or just the financial situation. So a lot of times that it just feels like it just weighs on me too much and I just feel like I'm not going to get out of it.
We have the next appointment scheduled?
And here we really see major differences between the level of optimism that they have, Caroline being more optimistic, more sort of committed to pursuing life goals.
So optimism and pursuing life goals are 2 qualities of happy people. A third is the ability to nurture meaningful relationships. While Caroline has her husband, Kat struggles with the dating scene.
I don't have somebody that can just hold me, you know, because I'm having a hard time.
What are you looking for in a guy?
I don't know. I feel like I'm totally giving up on all that.
Is she too picky?
She's very picky. They're going to look different in 10 years. It doesn't matter what they look like.
While Kat blames her unhappiness on the struggles of single motherhood, Dr. Lubomirski says it's not her circumstances, but her attitude.
It's such a fascinating case because they're identical twins. So we know that their differences in happiness can be explained by genetics.
It's their outlook, it's what they do.
Exactly.
And Dr. Davidson would agree. He has studied the brains of Buddhist monks, men who spend their lives deliberately forcing positive emotions, and their happiness is off the charts. His new data claims that if a person sits quietly for a half hour a day, just thinking about kindness and compassion, their brain will show noticeable changes in just 2 weeks.
In many ways, this is the most important idea in neuroscience in the last decade. Our brains are just waiting to be transformed, and they're always being transformed. But we can take responsibility and change the brain in more positive ways.
And Dr. Lubomirski says there are many more strategies.
Gratitude, forgiveness, relationships, savoring the present moment.
She admits they sound corny and old-fashioned, but grandmotherly advice like count your blessings now has scientific research to back it up.
But can you force those emotions? Can you force yourself to be more grateful, to be more compassionate?
Research is showing pretty convincingly now that happiness is really within us. It's not outside of us. It's in what we do. It's sort of how we act, how we think every day of our lives.
Mwah. Love you. Okay, have a good day.
Bye.
When we come back, a guessing game. What's the #1 happiest place on Earth? Where it's cold and the taxes are high. Where a prince is a carpenter and the garbage man is treated like a king. Next.
Last year, I bought a house.
Got married. Served my country.
Changed jobs.
Had a beautiful baby girl.
Using simple questions anyone can answer, TurboTax quickly learns about your unique situation. Then it automatically fills in all the right forms.
It was easy.
It was simple. It does everything for you.
It does so much of the work for you, it makes finishing your taxes easier than you thought possible. TurboTax. Choose easy.
When we have new Asian garlic shrimp and new fire-grilled tequila lime shrimp, not to mention Red Lobster classics like shrimp scampi and hand-breaded shrimp, it's not fair to make you choose just one. So we won't. For a limited time, you can pair the two that you like best together. From any of our chefs' new creations to classic favorites. Every time you visit, it's a new experience. At Red Lobster, come see what's fresh today.
I want a hybrid that fits my life.
I want to grow my fuel, not drill for it.
I want a hybrid my family can afford. I want a car I can plug in.
Americans want something better, and so do we. Today, it's high-mileage cars and trucks, E85 ethanol-capable vehicles, and new hybrids. Tomorrow, it'll be Chevys powered by hydrogen and electricity.
We want a better world.
Chevy, from gas-friendly to gas-free. That's an American revolution.